Hi, my name is Delano Collins, and I'm a partner development manager for security with ConnectWise. And I have two of our partners with me today, Ed and Kathy. Kathy, if you would, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Cathy Hoffman. I'm the director of LATG Solutions in the New Orleans area. We cover Louisiana, Mississippi from a territory perspective, go a little bit into Texas. And we are pretty new to the MSP game. We partnered up with ConnectWise about a year and a half ago. And so far, it's been great.
Okay. And Ed, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I'm Ed Correia. I'm the president of Sagacent Technologies. Believe it or not, I've been in IT now 45 years. Started Sagacent a little over 23 years ago. And we're based here in Silicon Valley, California, but we take care of computers around the world.
Wow. Really the purpose of our meeting today is we're going to talk about how partners such as yourself are using this partner program to really manage the IT talent gap. So my first question is how has this partner program helped your business the most, or where have you seen the greatest benefit? Kathy, let's start with you.
Well, it certainly is with launching this new part of our business. LATG has been a traditional VAR in the past where we're selling solutions and product sets to commercial, SLED, healthcare accounts in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. Um, by moving into MSP, we're actually filling that skills gap that we're experiencing in the Louisiana, Mississippi area where we just don't have enough IT folks here. So the partner program has really enabled us to launch this business by supporting us from doing events to just getting the company ready to launch the business practice.
Okay, and Ed, 45 years, that's a long time to be in the business. Uh,
I want to go back to punch cards.
uh, so I guess my question for you, given your tenure, is really twofold. Where has the partner program helped your business the most, and how do you see the partner program helping you with the changes that you've seen in the IT talent gap?
Well, of course, he gets a tickle in his throat. Um, the big thing is over after 45 years, this industry never stops changing. And particularly as we've gone into the cybersecurity realms, where to start, what to do, it's murder. Um, One of the big values of this relationship with ConnectWise has been that ConnectWise mapped out a lot of this. And I followed along. I followed the map. I mean, that helped us. We didn't know where we were going to go. ConnectWise helped. We didn't know what we needed to learn. ConnectWise helped. And in those areas where we can't get the talent, we've leaned heavily on ConnectWise. So this partner program kind of told us what to anticipate, how to get there, what you need to do. Here's what you need to know. And if you don't have that skill yet, you can use our guys. So it's really been invaluable to my business.
Okay. So I'm curious, Kathy, about your overall marketing strategies and sales strategies and your engines for your client acquisition before joining the program and now that you're in the program, what's changed?
Well, one of the things we've been able to use is ConnectWise University to train our internal staff. But from a marketing perspective, the resources that ConnectWise provides us in social media and in our marketing efforts have been invaluable. We have used a lot of the pre-branded materials that you guys provide that we don't have to start from scratch. So it's there. We, can use it on LinkedIn and different social medias. And then also just you supported us on events. So that's really kind of launched our practice as well.
Okay, Ed, you and I work together, so I'm curious about your answer here too. Again, your overall marketing and sales strategies and your client acquisition engine, both before joining the program and then after joining the program.
Well, if you've ever made a barbecue in the backyard when you're a kid and kind of threw the lighter fluid all over it, that's what's happened with our sales and marketing efforts since getting involved with ConnectWise. Again, there's a lot of things you don't know. We're working with a wonderful gal named Casey, and Casey is just. Do you work with her as well, Kate?
I do. I
Oh
do.
my God, she has so many ideas, and we're going. I have a marketing administrator, and we'll get on a call with Casey. Well, we'd like to do this and that, and Casey explodes. Oh, we could do this, and we could do that, and you could call it this, and you could do it at this time. And she's just like, oh my God, she's such a member of the company, and helping us get there. Kathy's already mentioned all the pre-done co-brandable marketing materials that's on the ConnectWise platform. But having access to a person like Casey who helps you plan out those events and figure out what you should do, that's invaluable. So much so, I mean, we think in quarter increments, but we're doing multiple webinars every quarter. We're getting ready to launch our first in-person event, and Casey's helping us plan that. And then I'm leaning on individuals from the ConnectWise Partner Program, and they have come and spoken at our webinars, and they will be speaking at our upcoming live event. I mean, we couldn't do this without the help.
Interesting. That's great to hear. So, what are some of the major takeaways, Kathy, that your team has learned from being a part of the cybersecurity partner program?
I think the biggest takeaway is that ConnectWise supports us so much and they can augment what we're already doing. I think that there are times where, we look at our staff and say we can't reach everybody, but with ConnectWise, we can, from both a sales perspective, pre-sales engineering perspective, and then certainly on the post-sales side. So you guys have become part of our company and part of our engine, whether it's pre-sales, post-sales, in any of the efforts that we're doing.
Okay, so that's interesting. So both engagement in the pre-sales and post-sales. Can you
Yeah,
tell me a little bit about both of those engagements a
sure.
little bit more?
So, on the pre-sale side, we may engage one of our cybersecurity specialists. His name is Pat Jameson. He's been fantastic. He came down. We had a large Mardi Gras event. We do a tech expo every year, and he was here really right next to us in our booth because we see ConnectWise being that integral in our company that we almost branded together. And he's been on calls with customers as we're trying to close business and supporting us that way. And then certainly, after we onboard a customer, ConnectWise becomes, our arm of we're using you guys for tier 1 and tier 2 support. So you are part of our company and part of our offering.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And Ed, what are some of the major takeaways your team has learned from being part of the program?
Well, you and I talk offline a lot, and I partnership really, really matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there, unfortunately, as the decades have gone by, there are fewer and fewer vendors that you can really consider a partner. They're just somebody who makes a product or resells a product. I've definitely drunk the Kool-Aid. I'm crazy about ConnectWise because I consider them a part of the company. They help us go to market. They help us create awareness, create leads, and engage and support those clients. It's invaluable. And my investment in ConnectWise and being involved has returned so many times over. It's been awesome.
I think this question's already been answered, but I'll put it out there anyway. So, to both of you, but what role has your PDM played in your organization in helping you be successful?
Kathy?
Absolutely. Lauren and the whole team, Lauren, Casey, Pat, have all been right there from the very beginning. And as I said, we're relatively new, and really just kind of started engaging with the marketing team. And that was in support in February of our Mardi Gras event. So they've been, side by side with me since then. So we're really looking forward to doing some more events with them to, continue engaging them in support of growing our business.
In my case, ConnectWise brought so many things to the game that weren't product related or solution proof. Case in point, late last year, we built a business plan together. And we talked about those products that we were going to push and bring to the market. And we talked about the plan of at the increments we could do different marketing activities. And we talked about the objectives for the business and how we could grow things. It was really like having a different person at the leadership table within my company, helping us draft out and plan a successful year. I mean, so much so, we ended up kicking up our target for the year of what we thought was possible. If we hadn't had those discussions, I would not have felt comfortable raising our quotas and targets for the year. And I'm not a sales expert. Somehow I've kept this company alive, but many of the tools that we were exposed to about how to start at where the target is and then back up. Well, that means you need to close so many deals, and back up, and that means you need so many prospects. It was really nice to have somebody so invested in us, helping us figure that out. Not connected with products at all, but ConnectWise does see that together we can mutually benefit.
Fantastic. Kathy, how has the partner program enabled you and or your sales team to be successful?
One of the things that you guys have done for us is, like Ed said, lay out a plan for marketing. That's been really beneficial to us. I don't have a CMO right now, so we have some marketing folks online on our staff, but that plan that we can do all these events to grow our business, get our name out there, has been really, really beneficial for us.
And Ed, how's the partner program enabled you and your sales team to be successful?
Well, I think I've talked about a number of areas, but let's talk about some things I haven't. You guys have a person, Jason McNew, amazing credentials, worked for the government, security at Camp David, stuff like that. And he has now done 2 webinars with us. His credentials speak volumes, and it's allowed us to bring in people that I don't think would have given us the time of day before. just to hear him speak. And those events were wonderful. We've also, at Casey's recommendation, we recorded those. We've then gone in and cut them into little snippets and pushed them out on social media. That's worked out well. And I was talking with other people last week about other events that are going to come up and how we're going to work together to grow our businesses. It's a wonderful experience.
That's fantastic to hear. So, Kathy, so what role has your marketing concierge played in your day-to-day marketing efforts?
So Casey is our marketing concierge. And again, she's come up with plans for us 6 months out. We have several events that we're working together with in driving customer attendance. She has come up with some campaigns for our social media. She's been an integral part of what we're doing to grow our MSP business, for sure.
And Ed, what role has Casey played in your day-to-day marketing efforts?
Everything that Kathy just said is true, but I wish I had a little vial of Casey's energy, because we get on a
No
call with
kidding.
and she'll just lift the whole conversation way up. Everybody's involved and engaged. And then she's throwing out ideas left and right, and I'm going, I never even thought of that. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'll add that all of the marketing team is fantastic. They all will write a marketing plan just like our team writes a business plan, and they have a lot of really good intel on what's working well out in the market to convert leads into business opportunities. And so I love working with the team. Our partners seem to love working with the team. And so it's great to hear your feedback here. Uh, so again, how, this is a slight inflection of that same question, but how has Kathy, the marketing concierge, enabled your marketing growth and helped to execute successful events?
Well, she's been there from the beginning to the end on our events, offering up SMEs to be at the event. She's offered up calling customers, or having putting together a calling campaign after the event. So she's been definitely integral in our follow-ups, and therefore, growing our MSP business, because we're following through on the things she's put in place.
And Ed, how has the marketing concierge helped enable your marketing growth and help to execute these successful events?
Well, it's interesting when we talk about the plan. The plan is this, you could hazy put together, but every time we meet, it changes a little bit. The activities are incredible. And then you'll throw an event and you'll learn something from throwing that event that's going to impact the future events. Okay, we need to tweak it a little bit. So again, having that person there coming to our marketing meetings that we have and interpreting what's happening and tell us, no, turn a little bit to the left, turn a little bit to the right. Okay, that didn't work. We're going to try this now. It's awesome. And frankly, I couldn't really afford a person of that caliber on my own. It's great that as a fractional resource, they're there helping me grow.
Well, we go back to the topic of this conversation, managing the IT talent gap. The part of the partner program is you're being provided with a PDM who helps you from a business standpoint. You're being provided with a marketing concierge, a marketing expert, if you will, so it's not just IT talent gap with the services, but it's also business talent gap. It's also marketing talent gap, and Kathy said the term SME, subject matter talent gap, to help you with the events as well. So that flows into my next question. How have the SMEs, or subject matter experts, helped you, Kathy, with executing events?
So they've been on site for our one event that we've done so far. We're having another event, and they're going to be on site as well to give presentations, to be there to talk to customers, and also just to be there to talk to the employees, which is great too. And then, outside of the events, Pat Jameson, who I've mentioned before, has been really great with getting on the phone with our customers and supporting the sales efforts from a pre-sales perspective. So he's been really, really key in furthering our business.
And Ed, how do you feel that the subject matter experts have helped you with executing events?
Well, when your partner manager helps create uh, avenues of communication, so like my partner manager is you, Delano, and if I'm lacking understanding of something, you're going, hey, let me set up a meeting. Let me get these SMEs in here and do it. And sometimes we'll invite our engineers or just the service manager or the marketing team, but it's getting to answers quickly so that we can move on and profit. Um, I think too often in the past, you didn't quite know where you were going to go or who to contact. And since everybody is working as a team, you can get to those answers quickly and move the business forward.
Because that's what it's all about is, growing your business and making money. We're not UNICEF is saying that I heard it in the business before. One area that we've not talked about so far is the partner portal. Kathy, have you had a chance to spend much time in the partner portal? And if so, what do you feel about the quality of the content inside the partner portal? And there's campaigns, there's content, there's marketing material, there's sales enablement, there's training. What what do you feel about the quality of the content, and what have you found to be the most useful?
It's been great. It's easy to navigate, which is a big plus. For us, just launching the business, some of the scripts that are in there, and the training that my reps or, my engineers can take a look at has been great. It's helped us to go to customers and really learn how to sell MSP for those folks that hadn't done it before. So, and then also the marketing content, the bundles that we can use for social media. That's been really great. So, it's been a really positive experience going to the portal, the university. All of that has been really easy to navigate. And that's the key thing, because I've been into portals before and you can't get around them. And you can't find what you need to do. But ConnectWise is not like that. So
Thank you. And Ed, how do you feel about the quality of the content within the portal?
Well, I mean, you're I don't know. Yeah, I'm always really teed at most vendors. Most vendors don't create content at all.
yeah,
Okay. And then there's maybe a handful that do. But again, the content that ConnectWise has spent money on to have developed, it's all co-brandable. It is great content. And there goes Ed's phone. One moment. Sales calls on all three phones.
Something's working right.
Yeah. They're not supposed to get past my gates when I'm on a call. Anyway, but the content that ConnectWise has put together is just it's great content. It has compelling graphics. Our marketing administrator, she keeps going in there and grabbing things, and she may tweak things a little bit, but usually about 80% of it stays. But it's the lift that you have to do in this marketing is so much easier because some of it's created. And every time I turn around and I'll go, hey, well, we need something that does this, Jenna will go, oh, well, I saw that posted the other day. It's already there. Let's start with that. It's great.
Well, I can tell you we have a team that creates content every single week, and we have meetings about that new content weekly. And so if you haven't logged in this week, make sure you do. There's a lot of new content that looks really exciting uh, that was introduced this morning. Both of you had mentioned some of the events that you have had, and I'd like you to talk a little bit more about some of those events that the partner program helped you develop. Um, Kathy, I saw what Pat was doing for your organization. If you guys ever have that event again, I want to attend too because that looked really fun. Um, and
Absolutely.
Ed, I certainly know what's coming up on your calendar. But the types of events, there's so much creativity. There's so much uniqueness specific to the identity of the partner. I love how the marketing concierge uh, gets to know the partner and then create something that's unique to the partner. Can you tell me a little bit more about the types of events that you've had and I guess what role um, that the marketing concierge played in that and how that's helped you, uh, I guess, move forward with the partner program?
Kathy or me?
Kathy first.
Okay.
So as I mentioned before, in February, right as the launch of Mardi Gras, we're a New Orleans-based company. Um, so every year we have a Mardi Gras event. 2 years ago, I turned it into what we call a tech expo, and we invite our partners to come be a part of that, and our customers can mingle around with the manufacturers we work with and see solutions that we bring to our customers. And certainly ConnectWise is a part of that. And we were able to partner with ConnectWise right next to us in our booth because that's how, as I mentioned before, that's how closely we work with you guys. And we almost see you as part of the LATG company. And so our customers were able to go up and talk to Pat and Natalie and really find out what the wheels behind our MSP is and how we bring it to market. So that is our premier event for the year. In a month or so, we're going to do a crawfish boil, and you guys are going to be working with us. We'll have Pat back out and doing a presentation before we dig into the food and to the crawfish. But we'll be having him talk about how security, in particular, how we can monitor and effectively respond to ransomware attacks or prevent them.
I want to go to your events.
I know that sounds fantastic.
You know, the thing is with us down here, we don't do a whole lot of webinars. It's not effective for us. So events, in-person events, are more effective in our marketing plan, and customers tend to respond a whole lot better than those kind of with those kind of events.
Well, and you might be celebrating a Final Four appearance too with the.
I know.
So so Ed, tell me about your events
Well,
and
let me back up a little bit because big picture,
okay.
getting people to attend your webinar, getting people to attend your in-person event, it takes an enormous amount of work. And so what we started thinking about late last year was think of this thing as a big funnel. We're going to start at the top and we're going to create awareness. We're going to be hitting them. I think we're doing 3 posts on social media on multiple platforms every week. We are sending emails out to our prospects and telling them about what's coming on. The marketing activities that are going to be coming up later in the quarter, those are told to our sales development reps so that they're feeding the funnel. They're telling people about what's going on. We're letting our customers know. But all of that awareness activity that is marketing in itself then drives people to attend the webinar and then hopefully We want to do these once a quarter in-person events so I can compete with Kathy. I've got to find some crayfish so we can have a boil. But no, it's pressing the flesh and getting people in a room is the best scenario. But it's people are busy these days, so we have to do a lot to get them there.
Yeah.
So anyway, but it's great. Again, I've leaned a lot on ConnectWise onto how are we going to get the people engaged? How will we get them there virtually for a webinar? How will we get them there in person for an in-person event?
So I know we're approaching the end of this webinar, so I'd like to ask the big question, and I'll start with Kathy. So Kathy, what do you value most about this partner program and the partner program team?
I think the support, the willingness to help us in this new venture for us. They've been so supportive and willing to help us be successful from, a sales perspective, from, building out our internal portals to helping us with customers. And then in the post sales perspective too. ConnectWise has been a fantastic partner all the way from the start to the finish, and we just look forward to growing the partnership.
Thank you. And Ed, what do you value most about the partner program and the partner program team?
I'm going to come at it from two different angles because we haven't addressed them. So number one, and what got me into this program early on, was the cybersecurity training. I think we have 5 people in my company who every month they're taking the monthly cybersecurity training. I'm one of them. I'm a sales guy. And so even though I've been in the program now for over 2 years, and Natalie was giving me a hard time the other day. She said, Ed, you've been through this class several times. I said, I know, but things change. And I hear the program that we're discussing last week. And I'm going, and it reminds me, I need to engage with the clients on this topic and do it. So the training is helping everybody in all respects. Number 2, big one, you can earn MDF, market development funds, based on your sales. And we haven't said that. That is a big, big incentive for me. So the more products we're getting through ConnectWise for our security services, absolutely fantastic. Why wouldn't you? And in many cases, you could go direct to the manufacturer and get no marketing funds, or you could get them from ConnectWise and you've got the resources and the support and the help and get the marketing funds to grow your business. So both of those, I just love the ability of the sales as well as the MDF. There's two things that should not be left out.
Ed, thank you so much for mentioning the training. I think that I would never hear the end of it from Natalie if I didn't mention that. It is wonderful. I've gone through it. If for any of the partners who have not, I strongly recommend it. It is important to get everyone on the same page by speaking the same vernacular. And again, I'll tell everyone here that when you talk about selling security tools, you end up commoditizing what you do. When you talk about selling, or when you talk about risk management, you maximize your margins. That's exactly what Natalie teaches. Natalie is one of our SMEs, and so she is highly qualified there. So it's one of the many benefits of being part of the program. And if you're not looking at the chat, we're super excited to announce that ConnectWise earned our 5-star rating in the 2023 CRN Partner Program Guide. So it's really due to partners such as yourself. So on that note, Kathy and Ed, thank you so much for taking time out of your super busy day to be with us today. I had a pleasure talking with you both. Again, thanks to everybody that joined. Thank you both for joining me. And we hope that this has been educational for everyone who listened in. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Okay.